Good afternoon, Flosstube. My name is Mandy, and welcome to my channel about cross stitch. You can find me on Instagram at stitchingbee82, and where I share stitching updates, I share fun videos, pictures of my cat, maybe some books that I'm reading, a little bit of life over there. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for checking me out. I really appreciate it. If you are a returning viewer, subscriber, thank you. Really appreciate you. And just want to say thank you so much to all of the kind words, sweet welcome back with the comments that I had last week. It feels good to be back. So it's been a crazy spring for me. Now getting into the summer, I'm feeling better. You know, still have some ups and downs as you know you're gonna go through after surgery and everything, but really appreciate all of the sweet sentiments that everyone provided last week on my video. So today we've got a few whips. I've got a new start. I got a couple of things to share that I've purchased online, and yeah, so let's go ahead and dive right into it, shall we? Because I don't seem to do the whole editing thing, we're just gonna show it on my phone. The new start that I have is You're Okay by Bendy Stitchy. There we go. I love the snarkiness. You're okay, I guess. So, last Sunday I just decided that I was ready to kind of dive into it and start working on it. I didn't have the called for colors. She does use color and cotton and a classic color work, I think, and like DMC 310. I didn't have those colors, so I just went through the color and cotton that I do have and made up my own conversion. So I was just going off of the picture, saying, okay, I need like this shade of red, this shade of yellow, a couple shades of green, a couple shades of blue. So really pretty color palette. So it is, I think there's one classic colorworks manor red, but everything else is color and cotton. Again, it's just my own conversion of going off of the color picture that she has on there and figuring it out. I am doing this on a piece of, I figured it out to be an 18 count. It's color and cotton. I got it in a grab bag from Color and Cotton, so I don't know the name of the color of it or anything. Hoop marks, I didn't iron anything, it's been folded, and so yeah, I got up to, I started in the center and did up to the left and got the first bird done. Still have to do the legs. So I am slightly, there we go, you can actually see the difference there in that shade, but like as I was stitching on it, I wasn't quite seeing the two different shades of yellow, and when I stitched in the beak, you couldn't see it at all because it was the lighter shade. So I may be doing some here and there swapping out of using the darker color versus the lighter. Wasn't enough of a concern for me to like unpick that and find a different yellow or anything, so it will be fine, but it's coming along. This is 1 day's worth of stitching. I started stitching it in the afternoon on Sunday. Michelle hosted a Zoom get-together that evening for her Patreon and YouTube channel members, the join option, and so I was stitching it while chatting with her and some other great people. Needle minder, I forget now where it comes from, but it says this project may contain cat hair. That may should be a does contain. So yeah, that was a fun start. Excuse me. So on Saturday after filming, I did finish up the I think I mentioned last week that the Forbidden Fiber Co project, Fight Like a Girl, I had to do some frogging, and so I did that. I got that fixed. I got the border all the way to the corner. Not enough really worth pulling that out and showing, but I did get that border to meet up. And so after working on that, I decided to pull out something different. I actually have not worked on this project since last year. I hope I don't get to coughing. It is Stone Street Stitchworks Bookhouse. And I adore this piece. I don't know why I haven't actually focused on it and got finished yet. But this house has been a beast. And I learned, I figured out when I was stitching on it that the house is actually one row too short. When I got into working in this area, it's supposed to be like 2 and 2. You can see in the window panes, the like 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there. I've got 1 and 2. It wasn't enough of a big deal to worry about frogging that big roof and trying to figure out where I went wrong. Nope. So I just have made myself a mental note to not count off of the house in terms of the height of things. So it'll be just fine. But here we go. I am using the all of the called for colors. The material is a 16 count cream Aida, I believe. And yeah, so I got the house completely filled in. I still have to do the chimneys, but the door and the roof, the windows, you can tell this one is a lighter color. The person is reading in that room while everybody else is asleep. And yeah, needle minder, I won from a giveaway from Abby Topknot sometime last year, I think. And then I got started on one of the tree trunks at one point. Last time I had this already stitched, so you probably would have already seen that. But yeah, so that is my Stone Street Stitchworks Bookhouse. I love this piece. I need to get back to it. And so then, this week I also worked on, you saw it last week, Boo Friends, Diane Arthur's. I really should make this a focus piece because I'm so close to getting finished. I'm really close to getting this pumpkin finished, so then all I have to do is the owl and then these little swirly things make the border match up. So close to being done. Love this piece. This one is stitched on a piece of 16 count white Aida. And yeah, so I still have to fill in the white for the eyes, do the back stitching, but otherwise the pumpkin itself is done. I think there's still some more greenery over here, and then do the hats. So I think since I showed it last week, I just I filled in all of the orange. There's 2 different oranges. You can tell there's kind of a lighter accent color, so I know I did that. And then the orange, oh, I did do the black too, so I filled that in. Like I said, all I have to do is the white on the eyes, back stitch, which I'll do that all at once kind of thing. So that is my Boo Friends from Diane Arthur's. I started this last October for Laura Stitching on the Shore for her pumpkin birthday sale. Hashtag. So close to a finish. If I can just make it a focus piece. What I am making a focus piece, which I've shown this week after week, is my Carolyn Manning Designs Shooting Star. Looks like that. This is such a fun piece to be able to, there's been 2 nights this week. Ooh, almost lost a needle. There were 2 nights this week, I think. I just busted out 200 stitches within, just a matter of the evening. And yeah, so I'm using this for the Full Coverage Fanatics 21 in 21. So it's 21,000 stitches in the year 2021. And I did the math this week and, figured out how many stitches I've already completed. And I am about 19, well, from the end of June, so I haven't counted any of the, sorry, not stitches, was getting into something or whatever. So at this point, I'm at the end of June. For my math, I had just about 1,900 stitches to go to get to the 21 and 21. So I'm less than that now since I've worked on it more. I adore these colors. This is, I definitely like the bright and the bold and the colorful, obviously. So yeah, this week I filled in a lot of this yellow and those green, well, teals, I guess. Last night, last couple nights maybe, was really working on focusing on this green area right here, so that's going to be really fun to fill in. This is the bottom of the piece. Last week I mentioned this was 12 pages. I misspoke. It is 9 pages. I'm currently working on page 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm working on pages 5 and 8. Because it's just easier to keep going down, especially with the size of the Q-snap. It's easy to really just, and honestly, I'm even working into page 6 because the cutoff here, I don't want to do a partial one of these, diamonds or whatever, and so it's easy to just keep carrying the thread, and so yeah, I am working into page 6 as well. Excuse the cough, excuse the drink. And Stitches is going crazy, so that was her that I just was hearing. So 16 count white Aida, 2 strands full across, needle minder with my name on it, grime guard I still don't remember. So I'm loving this piece, and I know I said last week that I could have had it done by now had I not been kind of derailed by the health stuff, but hey, life is made to, plans are made to be meant to be rearranged, right? So still working away on this. I'm also using this this month. The Facebook group Semi-Sane Stitchers is doing a choose my whip, and so I posted this, and Midnight Messenger, and people voted. This was the clear winner, so I just have to put in a bunch of stitches. So there's been nights that I've worked on this for a couple hundred stitches and then bounced to something else. So yeah, so that's my Shooting Star by Carolyn Manning Designs, and that is all of the whips that I have to share. New starts. I don't have any finishes, so that's for that. I do have some shopping that I did. Go figure, right? So I haven't actually downloaded the patterns yet, but I did buy the PDFs online from Darling and Whimsy Designs on Etsy. The Etsy shop itself is actually Darling Whimsy Designs, which, by the way, she is now hosting a birthday sale. So patterns are like 20% off now. She has posted on her Instagram that between whatever date she started and the 5th, which I think is her birthday, that she was going to be donating proceeds to a, I don't know the name of the organization, but for the I can never say the word, the children that have been found, a organization for that in Canada. And so I made the purchase last night, 2 different patterns. One is kind of a combo of patterns. Today she posts that she's having a sale. So, but I know the funds are going to a good cause, so I'm not complaining. I just find it really funny that I make a purchase day 1, day 2 there's a sale. So, but this one is called Be Spooky, an adorable little bumblebee. I can't wait to figure out what color variegated thread that's going to be to spell out spooky, because that is really pretty. So that one is going to be fun. And then I got her Quirky Quakers Mythical Creatures. So it comes with 3 different ones. So you've got Loch Ness, a unicorn, and Bigfoot. But then I've heard from other Flosstubers that there's a color conversion for this one to turn it into a Yeti as well, which I've been seeing so many people doing, and they're so stinking cute. I know there is a stitch along for these. Quirky Quaker Cryptid, I don't know. Bendy Stitchy is known, and Coffee Stitcher. And then I ended up buying a Christmas Advent box. I was trying to behave, and seeing as how I have medical bills that I got to be paying for. But this week, Forbidden Fiber Co. announced her Advent box, which I did last year. It was so fun, and it was that one included a bendy stitchy designs winter. I completed it. It was pretty. I don't remember what the name of it was. I know winter was in the name of it, and Michelle's design is going to be in this box again this year. So I talked myself into buying it, even though I'm trying to behave. But hey, we live once, right? Medical bills will still be there. So I cannot wait for that. While I not ready to wish the year away and get it to December, I know it's going to be a fun box to open. So we'll see if I do any kind of a daily video. I know I didn't do it last year, but I don't know. We'll see. Got a few months to decide on that. So then the only other little thing that I wanted to show is I just kind of stitch on what I want when I want type of thing, and I really don't make any plans. But my birthday is coming up in a couple weeks, and less than 2 actually. And so tomorrow is the 4th of July, and on a Sunday we get basically I'm not getting any time off like on Monday or this past Friday for the holiday, but they're giving us an extra vacation day to use at a later date of our choice. So I decided to take off. My birthday is on the 15th, and so I decided to take off the 15th and 16th, Thursday and Friday, giving myself a 4-day weekend. Excuse me, I need another drink. And even if all I do is have a couple of, stitching days at home, at least I won't be sitting in front of the computer, and I can actually enjoy a day off. So far this year, the only reason I've had days off has been because of COVID or surgery or complications from surgery, recovery, and in a hospital, doctor's appointments. So I'm ready to have a day off to do something fun. I'm getting pretty short on my vacation days, and so I wanted to have some days off to do, like I said, even if it's just stitching at home on my own, watching TV, watching Flosstube, hanging out with the stitches, So what I think I'm going to do is have a birthday start. I'm not going to host any kind of a stitch along or anything, but I originally wanted to do this as my New Year, New Start. I didn't have the fabric, and so I just never did start it. But it's Silver Creek samplers, and it's called Moonshine. And I adore this piece. I know I showed it before in haul, but the saying, "The moon said to me, do not wait to be whole, to let your light shine from the depths of your soul." So I love it. So the material is some kind of fabric flare, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And so I just decided to get something different. And I had 2 pieces of material together, so I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I chose Artemis to stitch me. So completely different look because this is darker and lighter, but I think this is gonna look really good on that. So I do have most of the called for colors. I don't have any of the yellow, so I gotta see if I obviously don't have all of the colors needed for that. But yeah, so look for this to be a new start in a couple weeks. Hopefully I plan to be back next weekend for an update before then, but I figured I'd just go ahead and share that now since I didn't have a whole lot to share today, I guess. So yeah, that is it for me. Quiet week on the home front. I've been offered some overtime, which is getting to be a great offer. Medical bills again. So I worked some hours this week. I've got some more hours this coming week with overtime. And so just been working away. I have stitched every day since my last video, which has been great after taking so much time off between May and June with, you know, the health stuff and everything. So it feels good to actually get back to stitching again and reading. I've actually been reading some again. So, so yeah, that is it about it for me. My cat is hanging off of, like, she's got her head hanging down off of one of the ledges of her cat tree. I don't want to move the camera and make everybody motion, so she's crazy. I can't quite get her to come over here to be able to say hi, but things are going well here. So I hope everyone has a safe holiday weekend for those that are in the States. Yeah, and keep stitching, and hopefully I'll be back again next week to share what I've been working on. So take care, everybody, and keep stitching. See ya.